get the full fair market value in the form of a tax-deductible receipt for that golden jewelry, but it also allows us then to take those materials and use them to save souls. Imagine that piece of jewelry that's laying right now, collecting dust, could be going to take a soul heading for hell and reroute that soul to heaven. Think about that today. Also, for those of you who want to give in a more traditional way, go to our website, LivePrayer.com. Click on the donation link on the left menu bar. You'll be pointed to a secure server where you can give via major credit card or your PayPal account. Or if you just want to mail a check, that's just as good. Send it to our corporate headquarters in St. Petersburg. That address is on your screen right now. Your support of this program makes all of this possible. Rather than going out and buying new jets and buying glass buildings, we're taking these dollars every day and we're putting them not only into this program, but into the syndication of this program all around the country. So you're helping people in other cities get the same truth that you get every morning here on My TV 8. So thank you so much for your love, for your prayers, and for your sacrificial support. It really means a lot. You know, back in the presidential campaign of 2008, the campaign slogan for our current president, dictator-in-chief, Barack Hussein Obama, the anointed one, the chosen one, it was hope and change. Remember those signs? Hope and change. And he would come up to the podium and take off his jacket and shout out, "This is hope and change you can believe in." Well, I think in less than 2 years, people have had their eyes open that this is not hope and change you can believe in. This is nothing but more hype, smoke, and mirrors. But today I do want to talk to you about real hope and change. Real hope and change you can believe in. And you know what? It's not a political slogan, but it really does come from this book. Many of you watching today are hopeless. Many of you watching today are looking for real change in your life. Well, I can tell you right now, if you haven't figured it out already, that hope and that change isn't coming from Washington. It isn't coming from Tallahassee. It's definitely not coming from any politician. There's only one place real hope and change comes from, and that's from God Himself. That's from this book. If you want to read about hope and change, read the Bible. Again, many of you today are sitting there at a place in your life where you really have no hope. And I want to encourage you today, don't buy into the false hope of the snake oil merchants like the politicians out there promising to do this, promising to do that, just to get your vote. Don't buy into the lies of change from politicians. Because the only change they want, my friend, trust me, is the change in your pocket. The real hope and change that you can count on, that you can put your very life on, comes from God through the words of the Bible. It is a book that for 2,000 years has given real hope to the hopeless. It's a book for 2,000 years that has brought real change to people's lives. You know, it's been an honor and privilege the last 11 years as the head of LivePrayer. We've answered over 70 million emails for prayer during that time. We currently have an archive of nearly 5 million praise reports. And I can go through those praise reports and tell you today that there is a God of hope. There is a God of change. You see, I read those praise reports all the time about how God took somebody who was in a hopeless situation and gave them hope in the midst of that horrible time they were living. I read about God who changed someone's life. The drug addict who's clean, the alcoholic who no longer drinks. Person out of work for 4 months who got a great job. The lady laying in the hospital bed, waiting to die, that God literally raised up. And that was 5 years ago. See, I read these praise reports every day. And I have to smile every time I turn on the news or listen to the radio and hear a politician telling people, if you just vote for me, I'm going to give you that hope and I'm going to make those changes, knowing that they're just empty words. They're little more than a campaign slogan. But I also get 40,000 emails every single day here at LivePrayer. And as I peruse through some of those emails, I read about people who are hopeless, truly hopeless. I read about people who need change, real change. And I want to sit here today, and I want to look in this camera. I want to tell you that I have the hope you're looking for. I have the change you want. Now, I wish I could sit here and tell you that I'm the one that's going to give you that hope and bring that change, but I can't. And any man who says they can is a liar. I have the utmost respect for the office of the presidency. I have no respect for a liar, even if he happens to hold that office. And Barack Hussein Obama is a liar of abominable proportions. Because he stood in front of those throngs. He stood in front of people who were hopeless and said, I will bring you hope. He stood in front of those large crowds and said, I'm the one who will change your life for the better. And I sit here today and tell you the man is a liar, was a liar, and the nation is finally waking up to that fact. But the fact is, there is no man who can give you real hope. There is no man of flesh and blood who can bring real change. The only real hope there is, the only real change there is, comes from the man, Jesus Christ. And as you sit there today, I want to look at you and tell you, if you're hopeless today, if you're looking for change today, Jesus is the only one who can bring that hope and bring that change. Now, we've got an important commercial announcement coming up, but when I come back, it's my favorite time of the program each day because I get to pray for you. And for those who are truly hopeless today, for those who truly do need change today, I want to pray for you and believe God and point you to the only true hope and change there is. I'll be right back. Now you can be part of this great movement to turn this nation back to God and biblical truth. One way you can help is by donating your old gold and jewelry to goldforsouls.com. Goldforsouls.com was set up to make it easy for people like you to give to support this great effort. It works much like the other popular sites where you can send in your old gold and jewelry, except instead of getting a check back for a fraction of the value of the items you send in, we will send you a donation receipt for the fair market value of your jewelry. For example, if you send one of these many popular companies $100 worth of jewelry, you'll get back a check for around $10. By donating your valuables to goldforsouls.com, we will send you a donation receipt that you can write off your taxes for the full $100. What you donate to goldforsouls.com will not only get you a tax-deductible donation receipt for the fair market value of your gold and jewelry, but it will pay you eternal dividends since the funds will be used to help lead this nation back to God and biblical truth and the souls of men to faith in Jesus Christ. To take your stand for Christ and help lead this nation back to God and His truth, please go to www.goldforsouls.com. That's GOLDFORSOULS. www.goldforsouls.com and follow the easy instructions. Or you can call 1-877-654-1141 and request your Gold for Souls shipping pack to use your old gold and jewelry to save souls and help lead our nation back to God and biblical truth. Again, please go to www.goldforsouls.com and follow the easy instructions, or you can call toll-free 1-877-654-1141 and request your Gold for Souls shipping pack. Our nation is in spiritual freefall. God's wrath and judgment for our sins and wickedness is imminent. The only answer for this nation is